Hi, AT from CNC at Home. I ordered some pens that are bamboo, so wood, on the outside. And what I want to do is try and engraving on that with the laser. I took some quick measurements, and the pen the working area is about 95 millimeters, and the width is 11, but I can't use the whole width of that. I've decided to restrict myself to about 6 millimeters on the width. Because of the shape of the pen, I really don't have a corner to go from, so instead of using the lower left-hand corner, I will try and work from the center of that. It'll make sense when we get to the laser. The first thing we'll want to do is go into LightBurn. We'll create a basic template that's just a rectangle that's 95 millimeters wide and 6 millimeters tall. That will be our safe working area. I'll need to guess at some burning parameters. I'll start with probably some plywood measurements that I have for engraving. That'll probably give us a good start. And see what we can come up with. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's head over to LightBurn and see how that works. In LightBurn, the first thing I want to do is call up my bamboo pen template that I made. It's simply a rectangle that's 95 millimeters by 6 millimeters. We see that down here. Let's zoom in on it. This should be my safe working area. All I want to do is put some text in there. So I'll go to the text tool and we'll click. That's going to be way too big. Let's shrink that down to, let's say, 6 millimeter or 6 for the height. And I want to use the elephant font. It's kind of a thicker font, that sort of thing. And I will align it in the middle both vertically and horizontally. So let's go ahead and just click that. We'll just say Geek Weekend 2025. And we'll want that centered up in our square. So with the text selected, I will do Shift Select of our working area and center that. Let's get that sized up so it fits well again. Let's do a fill. That looks pretty good. It looks like it could be just a little bit bigger so that it actually fits the height of here. So let's switch that to 7. Woo! That might be a little bit too big. But that's definitely the full of our 95. So maybe 6 is a good number to have here. That's centered up well. In our material library, I don't have bamboo set up. Let's start with our etch just from plywood, and we'll assign that to our layer. And if that works, we will create a new material type in the material list. Before we send this to the laser, I had mentioned that I wanted to burn from the center of my working area, not from the lower left-hand corner. The reason for this is I really don't have a lower left-hand corner of the material. I can find the center fairly easily. So over here, I'm going to select my job origin to be the center. When I move the laser to its position, centered here, I will then do Set Origin, and I will be using User Origin for my location. So User Origin from the center of the material. That should work well. Let's see how that looks on the laser. Well, that process seemed to work out pretty well. Here's the pen that I did. It says Geek Weekend on it. Get it in focus. Yeah. So that turned out really well. This is a right-handed pen, so as you hold it in your hand, you read it. I also did a left-hand one for me, And I used a different font. See if this thing will focus. There we go. Maybe. Anyway, this is a handwriting font that I did, and it's my own handwriting. And that turned out pretty well. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you like the content of our channel, think about subscribing, as that really helps us out. Enjoy doing your CNC at home projects, even if it's a bamboo pen.